Welcome, Crusaders. Thanks for joining me for Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. We're still here in Pulura's Fall. And first thing, we've taken care of most everything here on our Angel Mythic quest, except for these daggers. 21 ceremonial daggers. I think we have like 19 of them. So I'm going to take a little time. I'm going to go back outside here at Pulura's Fall and see if we can locate the last two of those. So I'm gonna go do a little searching and then we'll catch up after that. Okay, I just remembered one thing that I haven't really been thinking about using is this signet of House Vespertilio. We can use that on someone to raise their perception. And I'm wondering if that's what we're gonna need to be able to find the rest of the daggers. So who has got our highest perception? I think, is it Zeke? 27, yeah, it probably is him. Oh, she's 29 on Arusula. Okay. Maybe we give her that signet. We can get her, can't do it that way, can we? Get her perception up a little bit more, and maybe we'll be able to find the rest of those. Arusula.
Never cease.
Use signet, knowledge of world, magic device, trickery, stealth, lower religion, persuasion, perception. Okay. Okay. All right, we've got that going. So we're gonna walk around here and see if we can find some daggers. And we're back at the entrance. Well, I've scoured this area. Unless maybe is there a way to get up here? It kind of looks like. Oh, we did. Did we go up there? There's a thing over here, isn't there? We climb up there. Am I remembering that right? Here we go. Maybe let's go back up here. Did we miss something up here? Can't get over to that side where those earth elementals were. Back here?
Let us press on.
I don't know, I guess we'll go back inside. Maybe look around indoors. If we can't find them, then I guess maybe we'll just give up. I don't know if there's anything else we could do to get her perception's at 34. I don't know if we could get that higher with something. Maybe they're laying around in here somewhere. Keep looking. This cryptic message. Wasn't that was from something else, I thought. We've still got the puzzle on the floor up in there as well that we haven't really even looked at. Well, we looked at it, didn't get anywhere with it. It's this schedule listing the responsibilities for the stargazers. The floor puzzle deal up there, I didn't see any indication of what we were supposed to do with that. And not super inclined to spend a long time figuring that out. Some loot we didn't get.
Our path leads
I could look it up, I guess. Let's check these rooms over here, see if we missed anything. Feel like we've been everywhere in here though, multiple times now. Oh, we last time we were in here we decided not to take their gold, but I guess now that we're here, let's grab it. Alright, well, let's take another look at this puzzle up here. See if we can make heads or tails of this thing. When we press them, they kind of light up. Does it add, oh, is it lighting up the star out here? I don't think so. Oh, we did miss loot here. I noticed. Book, old Sarkorian book. Watching through the last video, I heard the ting when we noticed that book, and I walked back in here, and it was pressing shift, or not shift, tab, to see everything, and I could see the outline on that book, but I did not notice it at the time. Okay, I did a bit of Googling. I found where I could actually just put in the order of these, but it's related to something called the Cosmic Caravan. I think we picked up that book that we just picked up. I think is supposed to help us with this. So I should have just been a little more curious, I guess, and actually read this book. Let's take a look. In the Western Mountains, there dwelled a clan whose name is no longer spoken today. They were a brave and hardy people who would go down into the deep caves and return laden with glittering ore. The clan flourished. It had all things in abundance, including food and honey, because their neighbors gladly bought the things they forged from the underground ore. Trouble came to the clan on the last day of Calistral, when the mountain passes were ready to shake off winter's icy grip, like hounds waking from a long sleep. Clamor and clouds of dust rose up from the caves that night. Once the dust had settled, the miners went down to look, for they were brave people who feared neither darkness nor falling rocks. But what they found was not darkness or a cave-in. What they found was the pack. The follower, whose true name had been forgotten generations before. So I think one of the symbols on the floor was for the follower. So maybe we just need to kind of determine the order of those from this thing. I don't know if we found any other pages. Let's return to the story. The follower, whose true name had been forgotten generations before, was of clan blood. The follower was a despicable sorcerer, a degenerate who had turned his back on his ancestors. He had loved the daughter of the wise clan patriarch most ardently, but her heart had held no warmth for him. The follower had stormed into the dark depths of the caves, seething in his resentment, and with much wailing and berating, plotted his revenge. That is where the dread pack found him, following the scent of profane magic and vice. The pack devoured him, and in so doing tasted human blood for the first time, and discovered it was to its liking. The pack killed the miners who descended into the caves, and thereafter it began venturing up the surface each night to devour one of the villagers before dragging the carcass back to the caves to gnaw on the bones. The wise patriarch called the clan together in the longhouse and spoke. Then the elders of the clan spoke, then the warriors, and then anyone could say their piece. The ancestors had revealed to the patriarch that the clan was being punished by the gods for failing to recognize the degenerate sorcerer in their midst, and that no deity would intercede for them now. Lamenting their fate, the clan left their homes, the ancestors' carved images, and their temples to the gods, and fled. That caravan of grief made its way in silence, but not all the clan was represented among its number. Only women, children, and decrepit elders did it contain, for the strong men of the clan had remained behind. Many days they sat in the long house, sharpening their weapons and praying. Each night, one of the men would go down into the caves to satisfy the pack's hunger with his own flesh. When all the men were dead and the pack's hunger drove it to the surface, the caravan was already long gone, and the monsters could not pick up their trail. The caravan traveled day and night without rest until it reached the steppe, the very edge of their known world, whence the peaks of their beloved mountains could no longer be seen. And there they settled, living threadbare, meager lives because they did not know how to rear animals and live the nomadic life that required, and because they had no strong warriors among them. The clan quickly dwindled. The old died, and the young found husbands and wives in their other clans and left to join new households. Years later, during one of the harsh steppe winters, the clan patriarch fell sick and died in the arms of his daughter, and no one could recall the location of that house where the clan had once resided in such freedom and dignity. Final page has been roughly torn out. Did we pick up some other pages? Yeah, okay. There are, so we've got various capitalized words in here. I feel like I'm wondering if those correspond to those symbols on the floor, because I'm pretty sure there was a follower, their daughter, patriarch, pack, follower, daughter, patriarch, pack. Let's take a look at the floor and then we'll look at these other pages. There's the daughter.
Together we stand.
Okay, I see the. Okay, there's the follower. And the daughter. Probably, I don't know how to reset this. The rider, the patriarch. Bismuth, we need you to get out of the way. Okay. The wagon, the pack. Mother, the stargazer. I wish there was a... See if we can reset it if we press enough of them. I think when we did this before, I just... Okay, there we go. So let's start over. The follower. The daughter. Patriarch. And... Where's the pack? Pack. Okay. Now let's look at these other pages we found. Years later, into the mountain valley, which for many years had lain uninhabited and had fallen into a state of desolation, rode the prideful rider. His steed was wild and fleet, his tall step helm shone like a gilded mask, and his sharply curved bow could strike from thrice times 300 paces away. Dauntlessly did the rider ride into the remains of the settlement, and drawing up beside the stone pillars into which were carved the images of the ancestors, he bowed low before them, and then he sliced open his palm and blooded those same stones. Then the rider unbridled his mount and sent him off, for his loyal companion would be of no use to him in the cramped caves. The rider checked his bowstring, descended into the depths, sat down in the largest of the caves, and waited. Soon the pack appeared. They were hungry, wasted, and as such even more vicious, for it had been long since they had eaten the human flesh they so favored. But the rider pulled his bowstring tight and let fly arrow after arrow. The darkness was no obstacle, as he used sound to guide his arm, until each, down to the very last, was stuck full. Perishing, the last of the pack creatures opened its maw, and in the follower's voice asked, "Who are you, mighty rider, who does not fear to tread here and end my cursed and rotten life? Tell me your name, my lord, and tell me from what noble clan do you hail?" The rider removed his tall helm with its gilded mask, and long braids tumbled free from beneath it. It was no man, but the daughter of the wise patriarch, who on the brink of death made her swear one final vow, a vow of vengeance. For years she had roamed, bearing in her heart cold malice and righteous fury for all sorcerers and their ilk. For years her arrows had cut down despicable sorcerers, while her conviction had only grown in strength and certainty. And at last the hour had come for her to return and avenge the clan whose name has now been condemned to obscurity. She did not answer the dying monster, for vile sorcerers are undeserving of even a word from a worthy person's lips. She burned the pack's stinking bodies, left the caves, bowed before the ancestors one last time, and departed, never again to return. Okay, so from this we got the rider. Is that the only new thing here? The rider. We're just looking for capitalized words. I think it was. So let's see if adding the rider to this does anything. Nope. Enter and bear the bridge. Wagon. Do we have anything else from that? Page from Crusaders diary. A letter. Unfinished letter. Let's look at these again. In the original book, did I miss something? I don't think there wasn't a cholesterol button. I don't think. I don't know if there was an order to that, man. If there was, I don't know. I mean, I think I did the follower first, but the pack was the first one found in the book. I messed that up. Daughter, the patriarch. Any other clues on the floor here? The mother, the wagon. None of these were in the book. Cusp. 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 Was there like... That's weird. Was there a sentence that started with cusp in one of these? Cusp. Cholesterol. Clamor. Okay, I consulted Google again, and I think we're on the right track, but I think I missed one of them. Let's see. They're at the newlyweds. I'm actually looking at an order, and the newlyweds was supposed to be the first one, so where did we miss that in the story? Newlyweds? I wonder if I missed another note or something somewhere that talked about the newlyweds that was maybe supposed to begin this quest, because apparently that was supposed to be the first one to press. So there is actually an order for these, I guess. All right, so we're not going to waste any more time on this. Oh, it is a cusp. That must be what resets it. Okay, so supposed to be... If you just came here looking for the answer, here you go. Newlyweds. Daughter. Rider. Patriarch. Pack. And the follower. Over here. Aha. You're welcome. Okay, maybe this will lead us to the daggers we're missing, because we still got 2 daggers to find, which I guess I could look that up too, but maybe we'll find something back in here. Nice. Okay. Leads us just down to a room with some loot. Oh boy, some loot. Yes. Wow. 372 diamond dust, 3 diamonds. Very nice. Oh, what was that? Also, bag of holding. Cool. So we get another 100 pounds of carry weight too. Very nice. Now I just want 2 ceremonial daggers inside here. Oh, I was hopeful for a minute there. A ring, wand of heal, wand of good hope, wand of cure moderate wounds, summit mask, lockpicks. What's that ring? Ring of Guiding Star. +4 bonus to initiative rolls. Whenever the wearer lands a hit against an undamaged enemy, it grants all companions a +3 bonus on damage rolls for 1 round. Well, that's pretty decent. Yeah, we've got these 19 daggers. Just missing 2. I don't know. And apparently, in my Googling of this area, did not see an answer to our problem of missing 2. But this is like the main part of the angel mythic path. So I'd really like to find those. I may have to see. I have to do some more cheating with Google. But where's that ring first? So who do we want that on? Whenever the wearer lands a hit against an undamaged enemy, it grants all companions +3 on damage rolls for a round. It's like, if we put that on Lon, who we're often using to start off a fight with, he would be hitting someone who's undamaged. Whenever, like, so it wouldn't even be just the first. Wow, that could be pretty much be like a continuous +3 to damage for everyone. If do we give that to him, or like, you could see Arusula. The only thing about giving it to Lon I'm worried about is he's kind of our he's going to be our first to swap out for someone else, which means we wouldn't have that. I feel like we definitely want this to be on someone at all times. Someone who's going to be attacking a lot. So we got the con man's ring. +1 to attack while using point blank shot. Kind of like that as well. She could use a third finger. We could maybe put on Sela. No. Not Social. Ember. She actually has an empty ring slot, which we have nothing to give her there. Could at least give her a better ring of protection. There you go. We could give it to Lon. I feel like she would make the most sense for us to give that to. I don't really want to lose either of these things. I guess, I mean, she could slip the con man's ring on when we need it, but that ongoing +5 perception and trickery is kind of crucial. Maybe we just give it to Lon. He's going to be with us most of the time. All right, but at least for now, we can have that. If we remember, if we swap him out for somebody, we can try to remember maybe to take that with us. I'll probably have a hard time remembering that, though. We haven't really looked at people's equipment here lately. Maybe I should take a minute and do that. Wow, these bracers of abrupt onslaught. +5 to trickery, and whenever the wearer makes a sneak attack, gets additional 1d6 bludgeoning damage. I don't know if we have anybody to give that to, but if we remember, those could be good to go on Greybore.
Something.
Okay, we found a dagger. I'd have to get some help from Google, but there was one over here. Okay, so we're at 20. There's still one more that we're missing. Okay. So I went through the list that I found, and we're missing one called Orin the Bear, but apparently that drops during or after the ritual that we need to do with what's her face, Eliandra. So, okay, so we need to proceed with this, and then that should help us finish up with the last dagger there. Okay. Well, there's probably no... I mean, I might have... Eventually, we would have, of course, talked to Eliandra, but I don't know if I would have come back here to look for the one in this garden. So, I think we're good to go then, and that means we're ready here to proceed with the ritual. So, let's go talk to Eliandra and get things started. Okay. Why did you ask me to talk to the temple's inhabitants? Are you worried about something? My request to you was made on impulse. To put it simply, a heavy burden has been placed on our shoulders, and it is easy to grow weary. We not only live in complete isolation, but we have done so for a very long time, an entire lifetime for some races. I am afraid many will be broken by this ordeal, if they have not been already. It would be easier if I could be dispassionate like Kater, but I cannot. I worry for those in my care. I feel like a mother who cannot protect her children from pain and grief. When I saw you, I hoped you'd be a breath of fresh air, that your presence would renew and restore our spirits. I've spoken to the inhabitants of the temple and fulfilled all their requests. It's time to begin the ritual. Well then, let's go to the temple, and may the power of Pulura help us find that which we have lost. Everybody's here now. Such a wonderful light, may it be a beacon to guide us. Oh boy, here we go. Start doing some stargazing. All our collection of animals running around here in the midst. That a disgusting slithery fox. Eliandra massages her temples as she emerges from the trance. It worked, but everything was so strange. I saw a place, and the road that leads to it, it's to the south of here, within the boundaries of the world wound. But I didn't see Targona. Something separates us from her. She's not on a different plane, and yet she's not fully on this plane either. However, there is one thing I can say with certainty. The creator of the sword is not dead. Her heart still beats. Desolate hovel has been revealed. And the hand of the inheritor. Praise heaven. Thank you, righteous Eliandra, and you, champion. Is it possible that I could be reunited with my dear sister and companion? This day is joyful indeed. And Kater. I'm afraid this day is not as joyful as you may think, Angel. My scouts have just returned. There's an unknown detachment moving in this direction. They look like cultists, and they're coming straight toward us, like they know we're here. I'm not sure what's going on, but we have to stop them. Could someone have discovered the secret of Pulura's fall? My heart is filled with worry for the temple and its brave inhabitants. Champion, we must go and help Kater. Eliandra grows pale. Yes, please go with him. You are the knight commander of the crusade, and Kater is our faithful ranger and protector. Surely, together you can hold off the cultists. But the herald of Iomade and the Lightbringer should remain here. We cannot risk him being seen outside the temple. I'll go gather the soldiers, and then follow the commander and Kater. Do you think this is related to our arrival? Could they have followed us here? I can't say for sure, but we should expect the worst. You may have been followed, but that doesn't mean they've discovered our secret. And even if they have, we might be able to stop them before they can send back a report of our location. That's why we must take action, and quickly. Alright, let's go. Okay, we're coming, Kater. This is kind of thing when I don't know, like, we probably need to take a moment and put some buffs on. I'm not sure if we're just heading outside right here to fight, or if we have to go to another location. I guess we'll hold off on the buffs just in case. I don't want to waste them. Probably step right out here right into battle, which will not be ideal. Okay. Seems the undead may solve our problem for us. Sarenrae, have mercy on us. We may have failed you, but we ask you to save us. Are these really cultists? Damn it. I don't want to watch the undead kill innocent people. Shoot. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, what was that? Smilodon, that's an enemy. I thought maybe it was friendly for a minute. No, okay, we got multiples of those. Skeletal berserkers. Like 3 of them and a couple Smilodons. Well, okay. Hopefully we can handle this. We shall see. We need to get Zeke on his horse. Suspicious traveler. Okay, Ember. Well, we're gonna have to take a little bit of time here to get some buffs on, I guess. We worry about her mage armor. Could... These guys probably aren't going to be affected by hypnotism. Or confusion. Any of the mind affecting stuff, I'm guessing, it's not going to affect them. Yeah, immunity is the mind affecting. So, Amber, she could throw a burning arc in there. There you go. Yeah, that works. Juan's got that cool ring on. So let's hit one of them that is this would be someone uninjured, right? Let's go get this one.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Nice. Yeah, I just took him out. Okay. Sweet. Maybe this won't be that tough. Oh. Unless they have reinforcements coming, this might be over before we're even started. Alright, jump on Aegis here. Sela, and let's smite this guy and go get him. Can we get over there? No? Okay. Bismuth, get in there. And Arusula. Let's go take a moment. Let's get Hurricane Bow on. Maybe in here a little closer. Zeke, saddle up, and we could hit one of them with the Instrument of Freedom. There we go. Nice. They're gonna go after Bismuth, which is fine. Social. Move in here, and then let's do the protection from evil. Jeez. Well, okay. These travelers are not faring very well. But that one must have like last stand or something. Alright, Ember. Say another burning arc in here. Good. And Lawn. Any of them uninjured? I don't... Oh, this one is. Then might as well go after it. Good. Took out Smilodon too with that last one. We're just down to... We got 0 Berserkers and a Smilodon. That guy's taking a beating. Get in there, Sela. Okay. Cool. Was that Kater? Did Kater even come out here? No, that was a suspicious traveler. Exhausted by their battle with the undead, the alleged cultists sit in wary silence. Only one of them dares to speak up. He seems to be the de facto leader of the group. Mercy! We ask for mercy! His shoulders droop slightly, though he tries to appear confident, and in that moment you suddenly realize you've seen him before. He was in the vision you had when you were in the caves near Canabras. This tall half-elf was among those who betrayed Lariel and offered prayers to the monster that killed him. These past years have aged him, and he is no longer young, yet despite his gray hair and worn features, his manner and bearing have not changed. He looked at the fallen angel in your vision with the same mixture of boldness and uncertainty that you see before you now. Who are you? State your names. Kater does not lower his weapon, and his gaze is stern and unyielding. I recognize him. The one who begs for mercy was among the traitors who lured the angel Lariel into a trap. The leader of cultists turns pale at the sound of Lariel's name. His lips tremble, but he seems to have lost the ability to speak. What? Traitors and demon worshippers here? We shouldn't have helped them. We must finish what the undead started. Kater, stop. We can't kill those who beg humbly for mercy, or we will be no better than the demons. When I look into their souls, I see grief, fear, and repentance, not evil. We must take them to the temple and heal them, then ask questions. Damn it, priestess, are you out of your mind? You've just revealed our secret to total strangers. Eliandra speaks softly so that only you and Kater can hear. Zeke, forgive me, and you, Kater, as well. You are a great warrior, the best we have, but I cannot take your side in this. And if I went along with you, I would be ashamed to see my own reflection in the holy waters of Pulura. The priestess raises her voice. I am the high priestess of Pulura's fall. Guards, I order you to take these people to the temple. And on the subject of secrets, Commander, you should talk to the prisoner yourself. I believe you too will see the truth of his heart and the absence of evil in his soul. Talk to the prisoner. Okay. So let's see if one of these has the last dagger we're looking for. Not there. Shoot. Really hoped that would be it. I thought when I looked online it said that we would get that from one of them. I missed something laying here? No? Well, okay, let's go talk to this guy. Maybe he's gonna give it to us. Maybe it's one of the cultists that had the dagger. Thought it would be one of those undead, though.
We march ahead.
Just make sure I didn't pick that up and just not notice. Still at 16, 19, 20. Yeah. Okay. Let's go find this prisoner. Where'd they put him? Oh, when did we learn about this? Just as the tide sometimes reveals the remains of sea monsters, shipwrecks, and treasures on the seabed, the commander, who has changed the course of the Crusades, is bringing old names, faded hopes, and forgotten secrets back to life. Among them is the angel Targona, who was believed to have perished shortly before the fall of Dresden. There is a chance that she is not dead, but rather being held captive by the demons. The destination is known, all that remains is the journey. Now it's up to the commander. So that's somewhere else, south of Pulura's Fall. Dang it, I thought that dagger was going to drop from one of those guys. I hope that wasn't like a glitch. Oh, I bet that prisoner is over here in Kater's area. Back here? Okay. Cult leader. The cultist looks up at you, his face worn and haggard. The Temple of Pulura, how strange. I didn't think it had survived. Tell me who you are and what part you played in the death of the angel Lariel. The cultist looks down at the floor. My name is... Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't want to reveal the name of my clan and bring shame upon it, and my own name means nothing. I am a Sarkorian by birth, but I came to Mendev with refugees when I was a child. I grew up in an orphanage at Iomede's temple, and when I was old enough, I joined the Crusaders there. I was a good scout, inquisitive, daring, not afraid to go into the most dangerous places. At least, that's what my commanding officers thought. In truth, though, I've just always been drawn to the forbidden and dangerous. When an angel came to my commanding officer and asked for a few people to accompany him on a dangerous mission, they chose me. The angel wanted to find the outcasts, those first Crusaders who either succumbed to demonic corruption or were accidentally infected. These outcasts then gave birth to mutated children According to the rumors, they sought refuge in the caves beneath Canabras, away from the judging eyes and pyres. I was sent there to look for any traces of their presence, and those caves are deadly, an immense labyrinth of passages running deeper and deeper all the way down to the Darklands. And after hearing the angel's plan to descend into that place, someone decided to make it his grave. I probably have no right to ask forgiveness for what I have done, but I was very young, and I never liked being a crusader. Rising early in the morning, training and marching in formation, I had been forced to do that my whole life. In the orphanage where I grew up, all the children were made to march like little soldiers as soon as they could walk. But he promised something different, something new. He said we shouldn't be afraid of demons. Sure, narrow-minded prigs claimed that demons were murderers and destroyers, but that wasn't true. Demons were actually strong and free, and they were ready to share their power and freedom with any who would join them, and I believed him. I often thought about how Aurilu Vorlesh, an ordinary Sarkorian just like me, ascended to incredible heights after she chose to serve Daskari. If it worked for her, I thought, why not me? So I agreed to betray the angel. I lied to him, told him I'd found the outcasts he was looking for, and he lured him into a trap. Do you feel remorse for your actions? Yes and no. There is such a fine line between remorse and disillusionment. The cultist shakes his head wearily. He gave me power, just as he promised. I spent years in the cult of Daskari, enjoying that power and basking in the adoration of the weak. And yet, well, I saw so many crusaders who fought with honor until the very end. When I looked into their eyes, I remembered the proud, noble spirit of the angel that I had betrayed. I missed the camaraderie, the sincerity. 70 years is a long time, even for a half-elf. And I see many things differently now than I did when I was young. Who is this he you keep talking about? The cultist shudders slightly and whispers, He is the echo of Daskari. He is an avatar of the great demon lord, his archpriest. He once led the fight against the god Erodin, but was defeated. He has never forgotten or forgiven those responsible for his humiliation. The cultist hangs his head, and he knows you are here. He was the one who guided us to this place. He brought us to the wasteland and told us to move forward in search of the unknown. I know that the Herald of the Lightbringer is here with you somewhere. Warn him that the Echo knows he is here. That is all I can do for you. Well, I checked the Google again. We're supposed to find a dagger after this fight out here. And there was nothing. It says that there's supposed to be one on one of the skeletons, and then that there's a second one findable, like, by a perception check. Like, right outside here? Really strange. So I wonder if something glitched out. Let's go out here again, and maybe we'll see it now. Bodies of those skeletons aren't even here anymore. Huh.
Godspeed.
I don't know. That's definitely the one that we're missing. It's Orin. Orin the bear. Says it drops from a skeleton encounter after ritual during a spring run dry quest. There's a second dagger findable through a perception check at the base of the ramp near where the party spawns during the skeleton encounter. Sure, that's the one we're missing. It's I got these sorted in alphabetical. Should be. So we had Lily, and then we should have had Orin, and then Ruhad, book reader. We've got Ruhad, we've got Cerna, and we've got Vigdeli. We're missing Orin. But I do not see any trace of that.
That is quite a discovery.
Oh. We tinged. Where was that? Aha. Orin the bear. Nice. Okay. Wow. So let's go back inside and talk to Nidolev. Okay, let's see. Nidolev is up here. Thanks everybody for... Oh, what the heck? So, why did that quest thing pop up? Huh. Okay, yeah, we know we need to talk to them, but let's go find Nidolev here first. Nidolev gives you a quick nod of acknowledgement, but does not look up from her drawing. Hand over the chieftain's daggers. The corrupted chieftains have found peace. Here are the daggers. The priestess accepts the ritual weapons with awe. Thank you. Now that their bodies have been spared from the curse of undeath, we can pray for the well-being of their souls. I will prepare a ceremony to honor our chieftains after we fulfill the request made by you and the hand of the inheritor, of course. For now, please accept this gift as a sign of my gratitude. We've got a holy dagger +3 and a bunch of XP. Okay. Nice. Let's see what it says about that thing. Holy finesse wielding. Alright, we don't really have anybody using a dagger. Okay, so we're supposed to warn the Hand of Inheritor that Demon Lord's avatar is coming for him. Echo of Discari. Okay. Well, buddy. You hear the distant sounds of conversation. Eliandra and Kater appear to be having an intense discussion. Their voices are not raised, but you can feel the tension between them, like a gathering storm that could break at any moment. I have already apologized for using my powers as the High Priestess to pressure you like I did, but I had to intervene. You would have brought harm to those poor, miserable people. I can read the souls of others, and when I looked at them, I saw no evil, only fear and grief. Enough, Priestess. I don't mind you giving me a tongue lashing. You can scold me as much as you want, I won't be offended. But do not expect me to forget about my duty. I am responsible for the safety of this temple, and that safety is threatened by those cultists. We need to interrogate them, and if necessary, torture them, until they reveal the truth of how they came to be here. Was it by chance or by choice? Even if it's the former, letting them go is out of the question. They may not have any evil intentions, but they still cannot be trusted. If they prove their innocence, they will remain here as prisoners. My righteous friend, your words are an endless circle. You have gone round and round, but are no closer to making a decision. Enough arguing. Eliandra is right. The cultists wish to atone for their crimes, and we must support them on their path to redemption. We must not torture them. We're stick with the good here. Fine. I'll go make sure our cultist friends get a feast and soft feather beds. Kater turns sharply and walks away. Discord among allies. Such a thing weighs on me heavily. What now? Okay. So somebody, help! It's the cultist. The one who didn't want to give his name. He started shaking, whispering something, and then his haze surrounded him. All the guards around him lost consciousness, and he got up and started walking toward the temple entrance like he was leaving. We don't know what to do. We need to go there at once. Make haste. Pulura, protect us. Let us go there quickly. Okay. Let's go. We're just going to the entrance? What'd this say? So one of those cultists is trying to leave. So they made it out the door, apparently. Uh-oh. Cultists circle on the ground. It's never a good sign. Conducting a summoning ritual. What have you done, fool? Whom did you summon? Spare my companions, they didn't do anything. They believed we were looking for shelter in Dresden. I deceived them too, and now I will die. I'll become a worm in the abyss. I deserve nothing more. Okay. Oh boy. You recognize the monster that towers over the cultist's blood-soaked body. You've seen this beast before. It appeared in a vision you had about the death of Lariel when you were in the caves beneath Canabras. The monster looks like Dascari, a hideous cross between human and locust. It sways on thin legs as its head turns from side to side. However, it does not seem to be frightened or aggressive. On the contrary, it seems strangely calm, as if completely unaffected by its current surroundings. The sound of its voice...
Your questions, I will provide you with some answers. Yes, you have fallen into my trap. Even you fell for it, hand of the upstart. It has been many years since I caught your angel in the caves beneath Canabras and allowed him to leave his flaming sword in the stone. He promised that sooner or later, someone would remove it, and I decided to believe him. I kept a watch on the sword. I have watched and waited all these years. Waited for the promise to come true. For the sword's new owner to bring me to you. To take me to the secret temple. You protected it well. In fact, the temple is still hidden from my sight. But I do not need to see the temple in order to destroy it. I simply need to know where it is.
Eliandra turns pale and there's a feverish light in her eyes. The echo of Dascari, I presume?
Knight Commander. That is how one ought to address you, yes. I've been watching you for a long time, and I already know how, when, and where I'm going to kill you. Mortal children like to tear the wings off of flies and butterflies, and I in turn like to have my fun with the inheritor's pets.
Silence, Echo! You fiend! Do you think I do not see your secret desire? Eredin overthrew you. He brought his hand down upon you and crushed you like a gnat. Since that day, you have nursed your resentment and jealousy, letting them fester within you. You are too much of a coward for honest combat. You prefer to ambush your prey, striking from the shadows. I will put an end to this. I will put an end to you. And you will take the secret of Pulura's fall with you to your grave.
This is going to be a major throwdown if these two start going at it.
There is so much you do not see, Herald.
Suddenly, the echo stops short. His head twitches from side to side, then falls forward onto his chest. His hands hang down limply like a doll. Time seems to slow as he stands there unmoving. The air grows thick and heavy. Then the echo raises his head, turning it from side to side as if assessing his surroundings. As you look into his blank eyes, you realize it is no longer the echo who stares back out at you, but something entirely different.
Let's see. The stench of the upper plains and the abyss. Colorful flashes. Magic that deflects the gaze and obscures the vision. It must be Pulura, the mistress of bright lights, who has tried to hide her temple in my domain. How could you let such a thing happen, Iomade, the imposter? Don't you feel sorry for your angelic allies? You should have just ordered them to serve their priest up on a platter to me. The end result would be the same.
The herald's knuckles are white as he grips the hilt of his sword. However, the angel remains silent. Is that Dascari himself speaking? Could he attack us?
I do not know the limits of his power, but if he decides to attack, I will protect you, even if it costs me my life. I will do my best to carry you to a safe place.
So my echo has found the temple of Pulura. I would call it an achievement. But it's not bad for a maggot molded from the souls and bodies of mortals. What else? Gold, light, a sweet smell. It all seems suspiciously like heaven. Well then, Iomade the Imposter, whom have you sent? Could it be your herald? And your new pet from Canabras? Or have I already killed that one? I lose track of such things. There are so many of them fussing about with their halos and wings, babbling their long, arduous prayers to some self-proclaimed goddess. Will you ever get tired of sending your favorites to the slaughter? Nothing to say, imposter? One day I will knock on the doors of heaven and you will have to answer. So remain silent for now and observe. Today there will be no bloodshed. I will send the Echo back to the Abyss right now.
So he's just gonna take off and make us anticipate. You feel the strange, oppressive presence suddenly disappear. The Echo remains still, frozen as if in a trance.
You will not take our secret to the Abyss, you monster!
Eliandra's gonna get involved.
Your main flaw is predictability, pawns of heaven. I already know your next move, your methods, your plans of defense. I know how to catch you off guard, and it's as simple as catching a bird in a cage. I will return to the Abyss as my lord has ordered, but I am not retreating in defeat. I am carrying off my prey. The screams of your stupid priestess will haunt your every waking moment, and thoughts of her will taunt you in the silence of the night. She will be my entertainment until you are within my grasp.
Is he gonna run off with Eliandra here? Is that what's going on? Yeah. That's not good. Not good at all. Left a mess here, too. Damn the demons and all their cunning guile. The Echo escaped with a prisoner, and I could do nothing to stop it. I was only able to protect you. The Echo of Discari doesn't want to face me in a fair fight, so he attacks my friends and allies. The Echo of Discari has taken Eliandra. She was the heart of Pulura's fall, and now that heart has been ripped out. Why is the Echo pursuing you, Hand of the Inheritor? My lady Iomade inherited the throne of heaven from the great Erodin, the same Erodin who overthrew the Echo and stopped Discari's last attempt to break through to Golarion. This is why the Echo hates anything and anyone associated with Erodin's legacy, and of course that legacy includes Iomade. As her herald, I just happened to be first in line. Discari himself spoke to us? I wouldn't say he spoke to us, the angel gesticulates angrily. He was addressing my celestial lady Iomade. He must have thought she was watching us. This demon lord never wastes his time communicating with mortals or even with celestials. He barely notices us, or at least pretends not to. Why didn't the Echo fight? That is not easy to explain without delving more deeply into the nature of demons, and more specifically the Echo of Discari. The Hand of the Inheritor speaks slowly as if he is reluctant to continue. Demons are created by the Abyss to have a single purpose. They are made to destroy, desecrate, and torture. But the Echo of Discari is not a real demon. His monstrous creator used his own power and the souls of his mortal followers to make the Echo into what he is today. He was not born in the Abyss, but on Golarion, and Discari wanted to use him to open a way into the world. I have faced this monster before and have defeated it in many battles, but his soul is infinitely vile and filled with pride, a pride that has been wounded. The Echo suffered a terrible defeat at the hands of Erodin, and was exiled to the Abyss, vanquished and disgraced. Then his pride took another blow when a simple human witch, Aurelia Vorlesh, succeeded where he had failed. She opened the way for demonic hordes to enter the mortal world. So if you wish to understand the Echo, you must understand that he is wounded and angry, eager to have revenge for all his grievances and defeats. And that's why it's not enough for him to simply kill his enemies, even when he can easily overpower them. He wants those who stand against him to suffer and thrash in helpless rage, just as he did. That's why he chose not to fight, and why he did not bring a horde of demons with him, even though he has them at his command. No, he wants sadness and terror to poison our souls. He wants our hearts to be heavy with grief when we think about the ally he has stolen from us. The Echo wants our minds to be filled with the horrors and tortures of the abyss, so that when we sleep, the screams of pain and prayers for help become the nightmares that wake us from our slumber. Damn it, Angel. Do you want me to howl with rage and sadness? Eliandra is in the hands of that monster, and I can't even rush to her rescue, because I now bear sole responsibility for our entire community. Now that the demons know the temple exists, the temple's inhabitants must be brought to Dresden. Kater laughs grimly. I will speak with everyone, and if necessary, organize a retreat to safety. However, I can tell you that none of them will wish to flee. If I ask them to save themselves, the answer will be no. We've given too much to this mission. We cannot abandon it now. We must finish it. For Pulura, for the memory of Sarkoris, and for the entire world. We will stay in this temple for as long as it takes to finish our work, even if we have to fend off the demons. Besides, even if the demons know the exact location of the temple, Pulura's patronage still shields our sanctuary from their eyes. We will stand our ground. I have faith. What can we do to save Echo's victim? He went to the abyss, to the rasping rifts, the dominions of his lord. Even if our hearts wish it, we cannot simply rush after him. Incursions into the abyss are 100 times more dangerous than anything you faced before, champion. So dangerous, I would not risk sending you there unless it was absolutely necessary. I will return you to Dresden, and then I will send a message to heaven. If I turn to the sources of wisdom, perhaps I will find something that will help. We must not lose hope, no matter how dire things may seem. And I would ask you, mighty champion, to look for Targona, the angel. She is a light that must shine among the ranks of the Crusaders once more. One day we will finally give the Echo of Discari what he deserves. Then we'll save everyone he has ever threatened. But now it's time for us to return to Dresden, champion, and prepare for war. Okay. So this whole idea of the mythic path and the corresponding quest with it is pretty interesting. And a little more in-depth and extensive than I was expecting. And it sounds like we're not done with that story yet either. So we're back to Dresden though for now, it seems. Pulura's fall is behind us. We need to go find this Targona among all of the other things that we need to do. And we're back. Okay. Wasn't sure if there was going to be any more discourse here with the hand at this point. So we're okay. We finished that whole spring runs dry thing. Go to the mysterious place south of Pulura's Fall. So we don't even know where Pulura's Fall is on the map. So we'll have to go out and look at that and see how far away this is. Okay. And then eventually we'll get back to some of the other stuff here. Probably it feels like we're sort of ignoring the crusade, but I want to continue with some of the companion quests here soon as well. So still plenty to do. It's gonna we're gonna keep pressing forward, gradually get some of these things done and get through this story. Really appreciate being here with me, and I hope you'll join me again next time. Bye for now.